Like Purdue, it's just an example. Purdue losing to Fresno State is okay. We still win the Big Ten West. For me,
Billy Napier gets fired. I'm just kidding.
hey, really the best time of the year. I will be seated watching the Red Zone for 7 hours on Sunday. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of Backyard Banter. James, Tanner, Johnny. Big week in the NFL this weekend. A lot of matchups that will decide the playoff race in each of the conferences. Just some ones to highlight. On Saturday, Minnesota plays at Cincinnati, different divisions. Still, each of them are either in the playoffs or right on the edge. Pittsburgh and Indianapolis, huge game in the AFC. Loser of that could very much, almost not eliminated, but very hard chance to. Tampa Bay at Green Bay, obviously a big one there. Dallas and Buffalo, your Bears at Cleveland, and then Denver, Detroit is also on Saturday. So what matchup sticks out to you guys? Which ones are you most, besides our teams, are you most excited to look at?
I got 10 asterisks next to the 15 games this weekend, meaning they are going to impact the playoff race somehow. So that's incredible. That's just the first point. I'm looking forward to the Vikings-Bengals game. That is on Saturday. Need the Bengals to win here as a Bears fan. Need them to win, and I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game too. Jake Browning has played very well. Will he play up to that level? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to keep it up. And the Vikings are rocking with Nick Mullins now, so they probably will have a little bit different look on offense. I think Justin Jefferson is good to go. So that's going to be a really good game. Steelers-Colts is right there with it too. I think Steelers-Colts could be another good game. The Saturday games are really good.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to the Saturday night game. Detroit, Denver. Two teams that have question marks still next to them, right? Denver's been playing well as of late. Detroit has not been playing well as of late. So the question is, who keeps it up? I was talking to somebody, I don't remember who it was yesterday, how just disappointed I am in the NFL this year. Like the games that I can come off the top of my head, like that were supposed to be good games, have not been good games. Like there haven't been a ton of like really good football games this year, and I think this is the week where we might see a lot of those, tight games that might come down to a late touchdown, late field goal.
There have been a bunch, just not a lot on prime time.
On prime time, sure, exactly. So when we think about all the games that were highlighted even last week and then 2 weeks ago, you got Dallas Eagles, right? Wasn't a game. Eagles 49ers wasn't a game. So I think this week, because there's so many playoff implications and everything like that, super excited. But the game that sticks out for me is the Detroit Denver game for sure.
Mine is Dallas going to Buffalo. Huge game. Buffalo, just runs this gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah.
And they this is their last really tough game for 2 weeks, then they get Miami. But again, Dallas, brand new, being in first place for the first time in probably 2 years. Eagles win kind of coast to coast with it last year, or leading a majority this year. Again, won 15 straight at home. This one's in Buffalo. Yeah. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It's going to be Buffalo. Josh Allen has looked really good the past 3 weeks. Looked like normal Josh Allen. Yeah. I really like the Bills here. I really like the Bills, and then I actually really like Minnesota with Nick Mullins coming in. I just think Jake Browning. You're a career backup for a reason, right? And as all of a sudden he turns into a NFL quality starter, but he's played well for 3 straight weeks. I don't think Minnesota's defense coming off a shutout, regardless of if it's Aiden O'Connell or anyone, it's hard to shut out a team in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I really like Minnesota, really like Buffalo too. I just think that Dallas is a pretty team. They're a flashy team.
Yeah.
But can they go down and win in a very tough, cold environment where they're going to have to eventually run the ball and play in the trenches to win? Just but great games all around this weekend.
Yeah, well, I think we'll really find out, Dak. I think we're going to have a true tell on Dak. And is Tony Pollard going to be able to run the ball? I've still had that question mark. I think Tanner and I have talked about it before. They haven't really need Tony Pollard to go out there and rush for 100-plus yards. They haven't needed that, which is great to have. But like you said, in Buffalo, who knows what the weather's going to be? I totally agree with what you said. It's going to be windy there. And they might have to rely on the run game. And I don't know if it's there for both teams, to be fair. So yeah, I agree. That's a great game. I didn't know how they played, to be honest. So.
Tanner, give me some keys for a Bears win against Cleveland.
A Bears win, first and foremost, the offensive line is going to have to give Justin Fields some time to throw the ball.
I was scared on that edge, man.
The one thing that scares me,
top 3 defender.
Yeah, that's what scares me the most about the Browns is their D-line. So definitely give Fields time to throw the ball, and then Fields has to be able to make plays, especially with his feet, because the reality is he's probably going to be under pressure for most of the game. So he's going to have to find ways to extend plays, make plays with his feet, and make plays that he makes and other people can't. So defensively, I think this is going to be a lot like the Vikings game on Monday night from a couple weeks ago. I just don't think the Browns' offense is going to be that good. They have lost half of their starting offensive line.
I was going to say that. Well, the Browns are down 12 starters from their week 1 on each side of the ball. It's insane. A lot of teams have been ravaged by injuries. They've been decimated. Yeah. So shout out Kevin Stefanski freaking keeping them afloat.
And I mean, they're in a playoff spot.
Yeah,
they're still a good team. They're competitive every week. But I think the Bears defense is playing really well right now. And I just don't trust Joe Flacco. So I think the Bears are going to be able to shut him down. It's a matter of can we score like 15 points, honestly.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to beat the Bears this week. I'm not confident in Chicago yet.
It's like, can the Bears win 3 in a row?
Right, and that's
we
the
haven't
thing.
seen it in how many years? 2 years?
Not under Matt Eberflus. This was literally the first time he's won back-to-back like divisional games. I think that's
back-to-back games in general.
And back-to-back games in general, right? So here's the thing. I think on paper this game is pretty fair. I think with how down the Browns are and how not great the Bears are, like I think it evens out. But I do trust Joe Flacco in a way that I think he's an experienced veteran quarterback who will just make the right play. Obviously, we saw David Njoku go off last week. I don't think they're going to have that same success. I do like the Bears defensively. I think they're going to have to score more than 15 points to win this game. I think this could be like a 24-21 final, and I do think the Browns come up on top. I haven't bought in on this Chicago Bears team yet. I know it's going to be a grind to see if we can make the playoffs and everything, and if they do, I'm all for it. Obviously, I'd love to watch some Bears playoff football, but I just like the Browns here. I like how they've been playing. I mean, they're a team that's been, like you said, crippled by injury, but yet they find ways to win games, and they've put themselves in a position in the AFC to make the playoffs, and so I think they let that train keep going.
Yeah, I really like the Bears here, actually. I think Justin Fields is really going to be able to utilize his feet in this game, trying to get around Myles Garrett. And Myles Garrett, there was a stretch there where he was my MVP. Those games that he had against the Colts and a few of the other games where he just completely took over the game. I really like the Bears because, I mean, Joe Flacco was on the street a month ago for a reason, right? And the Bears defense, Jalen Johnson is playing like the best corner in football right now. Javon Dexter, my Florida guy, got his first sack last year. But Montez Sweat on that D-line, I think they can really get after Joe Flacco. I agree with James with 24-20 type game. I want to quickly talk about the Bucs. Again, big one at Green Bay. I think if the Bucs win this one, they have a really good shot at making the playoffs. Not just in the division, but also a wild card. Because, again, they have the tiebreaker over teams like the Bears and a few of the other lower teams in the NFC. They got to continue to run the ball. Rashad White's been really good. He's been a workhorse. 25 carries, 102 yards last week. And he already has over 1,000 yards in all-purpose yards. Has about 600 receiving, 400, 600 receiving. Which Baker Mayfield are we going to get, man? The weather is not going to be too much of a factor. It's going to be cold, but not that typical, December Green Bay day. Baker was really bad last week until the final drive. You got to get Mike Evans involved. You can't have one catch for 8 yards. Again, it can't happen. And then the defense, got to get pressure on Jordan Love. I'm still not proven on Jordan Love. I think if you can rattle him a little bit. No coach blitzes more than Todd Bowles. He loves to blitz, loves to send Antoine Winfield. If Devin White's back, he'd love to send Devin White. Carlton Davis on the edge has been playing really good ball the last few weeks. So, again, it's another 50-50 game, probably another 27-24 game. I mean, the Bucs have lost their last 14 of 15 in Green Bay. They won there in the NFC Championship, but again, this used to be a divisional game way back when. And it's kind of crazy to say that, but Green Bay is the youngest team in the NFL. I think if you put pressure on Jordan Love and kind of rely them to run the ball, hopefully Vita Vea is back, but it's hard to run on Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey.
I just think we've talked about it all year long. Green Bay doesn't have enough playmakers. They don't have enough difference-making players on both offense and defense. Like, offensively wise, you can't. I mean, Aaron Jones, he's been.
They have Jordan Reed from.
But again, they're not great yet. They're not great NFL players yet, and so it's a very young team. And so I look at this team on paper, and I'm like, how are the Packers going out and winning games? And truthfully, it's because Jordan Love's been playing good enough to win football games. But I love the Bucs here. I think they have the difference makers. I think they have the key players. Mike Evans. I mean, that just says it enough. Like Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, that connection. we've talked about it before when Mike Evans got 1,000 yards. It doesn't matter what quarterbacks run Mike Evans the ball.
I mean,
he gets open.
The Bucs posted every single highlight or catch of Mike Evans' career. Obviously, charged it long. I didn't watch all of it, but they had the quarterbacks he threw to.
Yeah.
Mike Glennon was on there.
Sure.
Josh McCown, a few Chicago Bears quarterbacks on there. And then you got dude Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just everybody, man.
But the Bucs, they just threw so many games away. I think they're honestly too good, too talented to be 6-7.
Yeah.
Because they should have won in Houston. You could argue they should have won against the Colts.
Yeah.
A few of those games where Baker Mayfield really just has to step up.
Yeah.
And if they can run the ball, they're honestly too good skill position-wise
love
to
the Bucs
lose.
here. I think that, but I do worry the Packers dropping that game to the Giants.
Yeah.
They're gonna be they're pissed off. So.
Well, the Packers and Jordan Love specifically, they aren't the same team when Christian Watson doesn't play. It shows statistically. It shows by their win-loss record, and I'm pretty sure he's still out. So I'm sorry, Christian Watson. He's like the only vertical threat they have on that offense. So if you take away the run game and he's out,
and again, he is not great.
And he's not great, but he's at least got speed and athleticism to get downfield.
The thing with me, I will never trust Todd Bowles kind of in a situation like this. He just has not proven it to me. The game management and time management and stuff has been so bad, and Dave Canales is trying to make us something that we're not. And I don't know. Sometimes they get too stubborn and running the ball. You got two of the top 15 receivers in the NFL now outside. You got a quarterback that can sling it, honestly. So hopefully, the Bucs need to find their identity. It's hard saying that in week 15, 14.
I see it being
have 6 wins.
I see it being a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think it could be like 10-7.
No, it won't be that.
Dude, I think these defenses are the only things that these teams have. That are consistent, right? Because Baker's been inconsistent. The Packers defense has been pretty solid, and the Bucs defense has always been pretty solid this year. I think it could be a low-scoring game. That's just my prediction. I don't know. It's gonna be cold in Green Bay.
I don't care if it's 3-2 as long as the Bucs win.
Go Bucs.
3-2. I'm pretty pissed if it goes 3-2.
But anyway, if you're watching right now, make sure to subscribe. Kind of a middle video subscribe ad here. Subscribe. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers by around Super Bowl. So if we can get that, we were just talking about before we got podcast guys are plans to upgrade our setup if we get to 300 subscribers. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. And again, huge week in the NFL. After this week, we'll kind of know a lot about each playoff race. Pretty significant NBA news. Draymond Green suspended indefinitely by the league, and apparently he's going to go to some kind of counseling with the Warriors. I'm going to speak very lightly here because Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer and one of the best offensive players of this generation. But something has changed in Draymond ever since they beat the Celtics in that championship. And ever since then, he started the podcast, which I love. NBA players having a podcast, love hearing the insight. And ever since then, it's been different. He's been suspended numerous times for stuff like this. And we'll put the clip up right here of what he did. He said it wasn't intentional, but Draymond Green doesn't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. And it's really tough for. I've never seen something like this in my lifetime watching sports, where a Hall of Famer is just going around doing stuff like this. I mean, this isn't the Bad Boy Pistons or the Jordan Bulls or Magic and Larry, where this stuff was kind of accepted. But so he laid out Yusuf Nurkic out for a long time. The Warriors are 10-13 right now. They needed a three-pointer to tie the game the other day against the Suns in that very game. Klay Thompson was on the bench. He's widely regarded as the second best shooter ever. He was offered a 2-year, $46 million contract in the offseason. Didn't accept it. He's on last year of his deal. Doesn't look like he'll be back. All this is being wasted as Steph Curry's averaging 35-5 right now. Just really tough. I hope Draymond gets the help he needs, but he's just out of control doing stuff like this, and honestly just acting the way he's acting has not been okay, and it's not good for the league. I mean, the league has had this image ever since really the Malice in the Palace of trying to be an up-knit kind of. We want our players, the flashy plays to be the highlight, and when you have one of the best defenders of this generation doing stuff like that, it really hurts the league.
You hate just seeing guys that just go down this path. Draymond Green, no matter if he did that or not, is always going to be considered a dirty player just because he had a terrible past. From kicking Steven Adams to
hitting LeBron in the nuts.
To hitting LeBron to choking out
the one on LeBron's okay.
to laying out Jordan Poole.
To literally just and here's the thing, him saying, of course he went on the press conference and said it wasn't intentional, but you can't tell me, we've all been in situations where we just get pissed off and we just want to turn around and swing. That's what he did, right? That's what he did on
Draymond Green's a big
TV.
guy. Draymond Green is 6'6".
Yeah.
big.
He's a big dude. Like
yeah, I mean, you said
that punch had some power behind it, and even if it's not intentional, you moved your arm in a way that's not a basketball.
You
move.
wound up your fist and clubbed him, honestly.
And again, we don't know what mentally he's going through or what it's like. I mean, we've always talked about how we are very happy at the end of the day that we're not in front of millions of people day after day, the spotlight's on them day after day.
A life's in a microscope.
It's incredible. Like, and he could be going through a ton. Obviously, it's kind of weird he's having 2 of these incidences in the last month. But if I'm the NBA, I'm suspending him for a long time.
I mean, he's suspended indefinitely.
But
his agent Rich Paul is going to sit down with Michael Dunleavy, the Warriors GM, and kind of figure out a solution here because it's not acceptable.
Something's not right.
But even Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant was asked about it. He's like, I hope he gets the help he needs, which is kind of jarring to hear from Kevin Durant because he was like, he said he didn't act like this when I was with him.
Yeah, no.
So
there's something going on.
I mean, you mentioned the Mike Evans video with his like every catch. Like I saw a video. It was like Draymond Green every incident, and it was like 6 minutes long.
Yeah,
it's
like not good.
Yeah,
it's a lot of incidents because these incidents probably only 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, whether you think it or not, this could, like, we talk about Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
This taints that a lot, in my opinion.
I mean, he's always going to have an asterisk on his name of being a dirty player, which is so sad because what he's done, he's been the anchor of those championship teams defensively with his playmaking. He was the first player to get a triple-double in recent memory to not score 10 points in points. I mean, he was Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time champion, multiple-time All-Star.
He's a dog,
but it's just tough because for a player like that has been seen as someone that has a second-round pick, 4-year player in college, chip on his shoulder, would do anything to win. Now it's kind of honestly getting annoying, and it's tough to say. But some other news in the NBA, there's so much good basketball right now. The Celtics are super fun to watch. We talked about the Timberwolves last episode. The Pistons have lost 21 games in a row. And to go along right with that, the Spurs have lost 18 in a row. There are ways to do rebuilds. The Magic, Pacers, Rockets, Kings have all had successful rebuilds. I know the Pacers were more of a retooling, but teams that weren't in the playoffs and are in playoff contention. The Pistons have been bad for a really long time. Since that Billups kind of core left. Sure, they were the 7 or 8 seed, made the playoffs a few times with Drummond. Yeah. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was on that team. But it's just they're 2-22.
But they got the guys they wanted. Right?
Last time they won, the Diamondbacks won Game 2 of the World Series. Just to kind of put that in perspective.
Yeah.
It's been that long of a time. Again, they got one of the Thompson twins. They got Kay. They got Jalen Duren. They got like these project players with who's not starting. They don't utilize him. Yeah. And then the Spurs are kind of in a different scenario because they got Wemby. But again, they're trying stuff like Jeremy Sohan, the kid out of Baylor with the fun hair at the 1, and they got Zach Collins doing a 2-man game.
And Wemby's playing well. Like Wemby is playing well.
Greg Popovich is the greatest coach I've ever seen, so I'm not going to question any of his tactics. But man, they look bad. They almost beat the Lakers last night, but besides the occasional Wemby highlight, everything else has been hard to watch.
Well, speaking of like the Lakers, like Anthony Davis right now is on a tear, a tear.
Didn't have LeBron last night, and he took
the game over.
Yeah,
I mean, it was kind of close there at the end, and Anthony Davis he hit that tough midi on Victor Wembanyama or whatever, and it's just. Like, I was the biggest Victor hater, and now I look at his stats, and he's 20.
Of course you were.
Like,
of course you were.
Well, because I don't know how 7'3" guys that skinny, that young are going to go into the league. I mean, you think about all the stars, all the studs in the NBA. The Joker, he's huge. Like, he's tall.
But the thing in this day and age,
Joel Embiid, they're tall.
They know how to take care of their body.
Sure.
And you see the video of the Victor Wembanyama's ankle that was completely turned. Yeah. And all of a sudden, he played the rest of the game. It's the way that they're playing now. But I mean, is there any path for the Pistons the next 3 years to be competitive? They have Monty Williams. Monty Williams was regarded as a top 5 to 10 coach in basketball. They got Cade Cunningham, who's averaging 22 a game. They have this young core, but it's just they don't have good pieces around Cade right now.
Shout out to AD though. Yeah. I mean, shoot. And the talks with Zach LaVine going to the Lakers are still flourishing. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
But anyway, like we've been doing a lot of these Thursday episodes, it's time for trivia. We've kind of turned it into tradition here. A few of our Friday episodes. This is our 3rd time doing Jeopardy. Tanner won the first one. I won the second one, and James got one right. So 2 clap for James, everyone.
Thank you.
But anyway, we're back with Mayo. He's going to give us more topics here. He was searching. Always does a good job getting us good stuff. So, Mayo, what do we
Terrible
got?
questions, yeah.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
So we have 3 fun categories today. Our first category is quarterbacks.
Ooh.
Our second category is Draymond Green.
Ooh.
And our third category is March Madness.
Let's go. Those
Now
are
I will
fun.
say for the NFL questions, we usually do 100, 200, 300.
Mhm.
For NFL, the first 2 questions, they're 100/200 questions.
Okay.
If you can get both players, if you just get one, you'll get 100 and someone else will get a chance.
Oh.
I like that.
All right.
I like
Who goes
that.
first?
I'm picking Tanner.
All right, Tanner first.
Fine.
Tanner, James,
Let
Johnny.
me get March Madness for
I
300.
won last
March
night.
Ooh.
I love
Madness
that.
for 300.
It's still Banter.
Remember Banner to steal.
Yeah.
Banter to steal. Tanner.
Tanner's not getting this one wrong.
What player is the NCAA tournament's all-time leading scorer?
Oh man. He's from Michigan, right?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Graham.
Banter. It's hard because Kareem won all those championships, but that was before the field went to 68.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Christian Leitner.
Correct. Ooh.
Come on now, Christian Leitner was on
I
those
just-
Duke teams.
I
You
just
picked the wrong
teammate,
Duke
bro.
player.
I picked the wrong one.
Christian Leitner, I think, went to the Final Four all 4 years. in his
Very
career.
nice. Very nice.
I wasn't going to guess that one.
All right, James, you're up.
James. Good thing you didn't
I'm
pick it.
locked. Come on. Grant Hill's a good guy. I like that guy.
Same team, man.
Yeah,
He also
yeah.
went to the. He
Give me NFL, like,
Quarterbacks.
Which one?
quarterbacks. Yeah. The easiest one, the 100.
Okay.
But it's 100, 200, yeah? So
Well,
Yeah,
there's two
if you can get both, but if you
Yeah.
can only get one, then they'll have a chance to get the
sure,
other.
sure.
Which 2 quarterbacks are tied for the most wins as a rookie starter with 13 in their rookie season?
13.
Man.
Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, ow.
Man.
Both are fairly recent. It's not like
Uh,
a trick question,
I know what.
like some old guy.
Man. This is brutal,
Say
man.
one. Should we do a countdown?
Yeah, give me like 10.
10, 9, 5, 4, 3.
I'm just going to say Patrick Mahomes, but it
Yeah.
wasn't him.
Banter.
No, 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 no.
Shut up,
You
I
can
have
say 2.
another.
You can say 2.
I'm first. I said it first.
I'm not even going to.
Banter. I was first.
Not even gonna
Dak
try.
Prescott is one.
Okay,
He's
that's
one of
100
them.
for Johnny.
And then I think the other.
I hate this
Um,
because I was half a second late.
See, I know Andrew like made the playoffs as a rookie, but he didn't get 13 wins.
I forgot about Dak.
Oh my goodness, I'm blanking.
3.
I'm gonna go. I'll just guess Andrew Luck.
Russell Wilson.
That's a good. No.
No,
Who's
it
the
was
other?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh my yeah. But and things he didn't even start the season. He came in and won like 13 straight. Interesting.
All right.
See?
I knew
I'm not 400.
I knew Dak was one.
March Madness 200.
Ah,
March Madness
I'm just
200.
going to sit here and pretend that I know ball. I
Yeah,
don't.
you don't.
What team won the first NCAA tournament
Oh my god.
in 1939?
Oregon.
Whoa,
Yeah, Oregon.
correct.
Yep. They always talk about it. Oregon.
Johnny's on his historic run
Come
right
on now. Come on now.
600 points.
Let's go.
Tanner?
Let's go.
let me get NFL quarterbacks
know that?
for 300.
No, I didn't know that. You think I'm no ball in 1939?
I mean, they say it every single time when they broadcast an Oregon game in March.
I have never heard it.
NFL quarterbacks for 300. Tanner, who was the last quarterback the Washington Commanders selected in the first round of the draft?
I know this one too.
See, was it Sam Howell? Was he a first round pick? Was Sam Howell a first round pick? It's either Dwayne Haskins or Sam Howell. I'm gonna say Dwayne Haskins.
Yes.
Yes!
There it was.
Nice, team.
I knew that one. I knew that one, guys. I knew that
Very
one.
nice. Way to get on the board. All right, James.
Draymond
Boom.
for 200.
Good choice.
Yeah.
How many times has Draymond Green made the All-Star team?
5.
Banter.
I don't know.
No.
Really?
Banner. 4.
No,
No,
two.
two.
Yeah,
Really?
It was either 2 or 3. Yeah.
See, like,
Yeah.
I
It was
just.
either 2 or 3.
okay. It's okay.
March Madness 100.
March Madness
I
100.
feel like 5 is not that many times.
There have been 2 times a 16 seed has beat a 1 seed.
Yeah.
Come on.
Name the teams that took down Purdue and Virginia in the first round.
Fairleigh Dickinson, and oh my god, I can see their colors. It's like 4 letters. Oh my gosh.
When my hand goes down.
Wait, do I get half a point for saying one?
No.
What?
Not on
I
this
have to
one.
get both?
Not on this one.
Oh, only thing I can see.
5,
That thing is
4.
U.S.
Three,
you.
2.
Oh my goodness.
Banter! No, he went early! He went early! He went early! It's a false start!
Johnny gets one guess. Johnny
It's
gets
a
one
false
guess.
start!
Right
False start!
Ask me right now.
Oh my goodness.
No, he's wrong.
UCB, I don't know.
No, he's wrong. He went false start.
3, 2, 1, go.
UMBC. What?
Tanner.
UMBC and
You can't redo the start.
I said UCC.
He went early.
I was one
It's a
letter
false
off.
start.
As in, like, Johnny answered.
Yeah, I was one
You put
letter
your hand
off.
down. He was off.
Johnny didn't answer
Just get
yet.
another one.
Run it
right.
back. Run it back.
Get another one right.
That's
All
crazy.
right.
I mean, I deserve that.
What
That
was
one,
it?
You got it. You got
That one
They-
comes
they
at
beat
me.
Virginia, man.
That
Okay.
question is directed at me.
I was
Virginia-
literally one
And then-
letter off.
and then the year
and then
after-
they lost to Kansas State. I don't even know who they lost to. And then Kansas State lost to Loyola
And
Chicago.
then Virginia
to
won
make
the Natty.
Final
Who'd
Four.
they beat?
Who'd they beat in the Natty? Texas Tech. The year,
Who's
the year
up?
after.
Is it Tanner? Back to Tanner?
I'm
Do we
so,
have any March Madness left?
No.
I'm
You have
so
Draymond
shocked.
Green 100, 300,
I'm
and
actually really upset.
quarterbacks.
There's a
100.
false start.
Quarterbacks
Tanner.
100, 200.
Okay.
UMBC quarterback.
Tom Brady has the most passing touchdowns in postseason history. With which 2 quarterbacks are tied for second at 45 apiece?
You gotta get both of them to get it all of it, right?
No, this is a
This
100.
is a half.
Most passing touchdowns by a quarterback?
In postseason.
So I'm gonna go with Peyton Manning as one of them,
Okay. This is your second.
and then
That's the tricky one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Banter. Joe Montana.
Tanner got both wrong. Joe Montana's right. You got another guess.
Oh, Joe Montana. He got. Peyton Manning was wrong?
Yep.
Oh my god, Joe Montana.
And what did you say? You said Ben Roethlisberger, right?
Joe
Both wrong.
Montana. And.
Banner.
What the heck?
5,
5 already?
4, 3, 2, 1.
And Terry Bradshaw.
There's one left.
Is it like newer?
He's not old. Still in the NFL.
Oh.
Oh, that's a huge hint.
My fault.
Aaron Rodgers.
Bang.
Let's go.
Enjoy your 100.
Let's go.
Really? He's second.
Yeah,
That's
45
actually crazy.
apiece.
The fact that Peyton's not on there is kind of crazy.
Brett Favre was at 44.
Yeah.
Really?
One behind them. So Peyton Manning wasn't
guessed.
even top 4.
I
He
would
might
have
be
guessed.
fifth.
I would have guessed Brett Favre before Aaron Rodgers. All right, James.
You have Draymond.
Sure.
1 and 3.
3.
Boom. How many times has Draymond Green been suspended?
Does this count playoffs?
Yeah.
Suspension is like
Like a
not
game?
like.
Suspended for at least 1 game.
Okay. $11.
Banter. 6.
Oh, that was right.
I saw it on ESPN yesterday.
Bullshit.
So I got Draymond 100.
Yeah.
This was a freaking beatdown, guys. I'm sorry.
All
Because
right.
I know ball.
What year and what
No, you're
round
on
was
Instagram.
Draymond Green drafted?
What?
What year and what round was Draymond?
He was drafted in the second round in 2000. Let's see. 2012.
Correct. Dang.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
And that
Johnny,
was
Say-
and
say-
that
say the
was
final
and that
score.
was the last segment of trivia.
No,
we'll
we're-
ever do.
we'll-
James with 100.
Good job, James.
Shut
Tanner
up.
with 400. And Johnny with 1,000.
Let's go. Who knows ball?
See what
I
happens
know
when we
ball.
don't put MLB in there? It's
I
just
know ball.
not fair.
Come on, bro. That was all about
I think every
Madness, too.
question was answered correctly.
I
at
mean,
least
all,
part of it.
all those questions forgettable. Just wait till we do.
How was Peyton Manning not
Yeah,
top?
Peyton Manning really could. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He must be like 42.
And
Yeah.
didn't Russell Wilson
How
go to the
was
Super
Draymond
Bowl
only
rookie
given
year?
6
They did.
games?
He did it. It was 2016, and then he got suspended one time for getting too many technical fouls. And yeah, I just saw him.
He's got suspended in the playoffs twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
He
in
got
the NBA.
suspended this season already,
Yeah.
and now he got
Rudy
suspended
Gobert.
against. That's 2
Yeah.
this year.
That's 4.
Anyway,
I thought it was like
it's another edition of trivia. It will be back. Don't
No, that
say
wasn't a
it's
bad guess.
I mean, I was 5 off.
I think that was
so
fun.
pretty
Just
bad.
wait till we do all NBA trivia, and I win 2,000 to nothing. Anyway, good job, man. Those were really good questions.
Thank you.
They are great questions.
Yeah,
I just
they're
wish.
really good
I
questions.
wish
Very
I knew
good
ball.
questions.
I wish I knew ball.
Very good question.
This is the last podcast I'm going to be on because
We're
I don't know
replacing
ball.
him with Jackson Dion.
Yeah,
So
'cause
Jackson Dion
I don't
is
know
gonna
ball.
come on and replace
I
him.
just sit here and pretend to know
James,
ball.
you're just our presence, and you've had some one good tape.
One
I'm
Thank
just
you.
messing.
Appreciate it.
All right. Anyway, big college basketball games this weekend. Friday, UConn at Gonzaga, huge one. UConn's continue to play this gauntlet of a non-conference. They're the best team that I've watched. Them and Purdue are right there for the best teams that I watched. I know they've lost to Kansas, but UConn is one of the. If I did my own rankings, I'd have UConn either 1 or 2 with Purdue. The one thing with Purdue, Tanner, you might be able to even agree with this. Purdue can beat anyone, but they can also lose to anyone on any given night. And I think UConn's floor might be a lot higher than Purdue's. Tanner, give us some ones that are big on Saturday.
Well, there's Kentucky, North Carolina on Saturday, and then there is Purdue versus number 1
Huge.
Arizona on
Huge.
Saturday as well. I think I really like the Zags at home this weekend against UConn. Or, I mean, not at home, but it's in Seattle, which is pretty much home for them. But I like the Zags. I think the Zags are a really good team. They've got 2 tough losses. And then they also have some good wins in there. UNC is without Armando Bacot.
Really?
He is out due to grades.
Really?
Academic issues. So I like Kentucky, even though Kentucky's lost a couple tough ones.
You don't know ball. bro.
I think
don't know ball.
Armando
I don't know
Bacot being out is
That's
a
huge.
massive deal.
Biggest loss.
And then Purdue plays Arizona.
I'll tell you what, Arizona
In
got
Indianapolis.
four 7-footers to throw at Zach.
Yeah,
Edey.
they do. And they also have Caleb Love.
Yeah.
For Purdue, I mean, it's the same 3 keys every time they step on the floor. It's taking away the other team's premier guard, which is Caleb Love. It's hitting 3-pointers, open 3-pointers, and not turning the ball over.
Yeah. Which Fletcher lawyer is going to show
Yeah,
up?
we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
we got guys behind him this year too that if he's
Yeah.
not playing well can come in and play. So it's different. When Fletcher Lawyer struggles this year, he's not going to be on the floor like last year. So I don't know. I like Purdue. I think they're going to
Who do
win.
you like, James?
I love Arizona and I love UConn.
Yeah, I like Arizona too. I just think they got the sophomore guard. I can't. His name's escaped me right now. He's had a big jump. I get UConn. They're just so deep, so run their stuff so crisp. But yeah, that's all we got for this episode.
The Illini play Colgate.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna take some time off for Christmas, so we won't have another episode till after Christmas. We're gonna take a nice little week, 10 days off, but then we'll be back with you guys before the new year to give our playoff predictions and any bowl stuff. So again, like always, thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys have a great holiday, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
See ya. Like, how do I get these questions wrong?
You don't know ball.
You don't know ball.
You just don't know how to perform under pressure.
Clearly.
I was born under pressure.